Yeah, we're going to Discount Tire, getting new tires on the Cherokee. The original Firestone Destination AT tires that came with our 2020 Jeep Cherokee had about 49,000 miles on them and were still in good condition. But a few years ago, Firestone upgraded and replaced this old AT model with the new AT2. The AT2 has the 3-Peak Mountain Snowflake certification, indicated by this symbol, which is supposed to verify the AT2 has better cold weather performance, which is what I was looking for. The old tires did great in conditions like this.
What the heck's going on here?
Or this.
What? Oh boy. Oh man.
But when we got into conditions like this, things started getting sketchy. And when conditions got like this, I really wanted at least a 3-peak tire like the AT2s on the Cherokee. Here's the old ATs in action off the highway, and as you can see, those tires really didn't get babied on our trips into the woods as far as snow goes, and they did a great job for us most of the time. But every now and then I might get a little lazy and not air down or put chains on and get stuck. The worst case was one time this happened. Well, you can see I'm in a little bit of a predicament right there. That back driver's side's completely off the ground. I'm sliding off the side of this gully right here. You can see my tires just completely went sideways right there. I waited too long to air down and put the chains on, so it's time to do all that, dummy. I don't think I would have slid off the trail like that if I would have had 3-peak tires on back then. A little side note here, I was able to get myself back on the trail when this happened because I carry a fair amount of recovery gear with me. Even though the original tires weren't performing as well as I would have liked in winter conditions, I wanted to run them until they wore out, but the dang things were so durable, and I kept a close eye on them over the years. Okay, here's the front. It's like about a little over 8.5. I got too excited about gaining that improved winter performance and started looking closer at different brands of tires as replacements. Well, we had a few other things pushing us into new tires. First, the original tires were getting pretty ugly, as you can see here. Kind of bad, huh? And finally, this happened while we were up in the snow one day. Yep, that's what it is. Sawzall blade. Hey, wait a minute. Did you notice that? Those doggone original tires had 2 different tread patterns. What the heck's up with that? Looks like another good reason to get rid of those old Firestones. Looking at a bunch of different brands of tires as replacements, I came back to how pleased I was with the performance of the original Firestones. Except for cold weather performance, and figured since the AT2s had improved in cold weather, they'd probably be just what I was looking for. So that's what I went with. This will be a pretty good test of the grip of these new tires. This is a fairly steep hill. I also wanted a tire that performed well and was quiet on the highway, and that I didn't have to swap out during warm weather like you do with a dedicated winter tire. That is a huge improvement. After 5,000 miles of highway driving and our typical off-highway excursions like this, Pretty Meadow, I'm pleased with their improved performance, and so far they look like they'll have good tread life.
The AT2s, these new ones I got in February. Taking a look at these things, they look pretty dang good. Look, been running them on the gravel a little bit. They're not chunking out or getting any weird wear on them. Just looking at them. Oh, there we go. I don't see anything. Look at the rest of them. I've kind of looked at them a little bit. They're looking pretty good. Interesting. Anyway, they look good. A lot of them on gravel, put chains on them. I'm not that easy on them, that's for sure. I've got a lot of highway miles on them. Firestone AT2 is getting a little bit of a workout back in the woods. So I like having a tire that's pretty good at everything, and these AT2s look like they're going to be what I was looking for. They're still not the best in old wet snow over a foot deep, but I still have chains for those situations.
don't know how they'll be in the mud, but I'm sure they'll be good enough because I don't do much of that.